Facts Verse presents Most Dangerous Bridges in the World. Number 1. Aquidumidi Bridge, France. This is one of the most dangerous hanging bridges in the world. It hangs about 12,605 feet above sea level. In order to get up to the bridge, you need to take a cable car that climbs 9,200 feet up, and it takes about 20 minutes to get up to the bridge. Regulars on the bridge will tell newbies not to look down. Even people who don't have a fear of heights find that their heartbeat increases when they cross this bridge. If you have a fear of heights, you might want to find a different route. The only good thing about this bridge is that it is short in distance. If you can handle being that high above the earth for just a minute or two, you might be able to handle it. Number 2. The Royal Gorge Bridge, Colorado. This bridge is located over the Arkansas River, and it is the highest suspension bridge in the United States. It's suspended about 969 feet above sea level, and it is 1,260 feet long. The bridge was completed in 1929, and it didn't have any wind stabilization cables until 1982. That meant that if you were crossing the bridge on a windy day, you would sway back and forth, and you would feel it. Extremely scary. If you're afraid of heights, you should avoid crossing this bridge. Looking down is enough to make a person panic. You're better off finding an alternate route that won't take you across this scary and dangerous bridge. Number 3. Trift Suspension Bridge, Switzerland. This is one of the most dangerous suspension bridges in the world, and it is the longest pedestrian bridge. Vehicles are not allowed to cross this bridge because it's only large enough to carry people. It's located at the Trift Glacier near a small town called Gadman in the Swiss Alps. It was built in 2004 to connect hikers to a hut. The hut became inaccessible by a retreating glacier, therefore a bridge had to be built. The bridge is 328 feet above sea level, and you'll need to walk 558 feet to get completely across. In 2009, the bridge was updated and stabilizing cables were installed. This was done to keep the bridge from swinging in the wind, which was extremely dangerous. Even after the updates were made, only the bravest of the brave are willing to attempt to cross this bridge. Number 4. Carrick-a-Reed Rope Bridge, Northern Ireland. This is considered to be one of the scariest and most dangerous hanging bridges in the world. It's located in Northern Ireland near Ballintoy in County Antrim. The bridge hangs 100 feet over the rocks below, and you would need to walk about 65 feet to get across the scariest part. According to research that was performed on this bridge, nobody has ever fallen. However, most visitors who walk across are so scared that they refuse to walk across a second time. Instead, they return on a boat. The scenery is gorgeous if you can handle the terrifying walk. Number 5. The Capilano Suspension Bridge, Canada. The Capilano Suspension Bridge crosses the Capilano River in North Vancouver, British Columbia. It's 230 feet off the ground, and you'd need to walk about 450 feet to get all the way across. It was originally built in 1889, and it is surrounded by an evergreen forest. Due to the bridge's height and the fact that it is very narrow and extremely shaky, it's one of the most dangerous suspension bridges in the world. Since it is the only way to get to the other side of the forest, many people are willing to cross it. However, crossing back is another story. On more than one occasion, hikers were lost in the forest trying to find a different way back so they wouldn't have to use the bridge. Number 6. The Mackinac Bridge, Michigan. This bridge is one of the most dangerous and one of the scariest. It's located between the upper and lower peninsulas in Michigan. The bridge is 199 feet above sea level, and it's 5 miles long. If it isn't the height or the distance that scares you to death, the wind certainly will. When you're crossing the bridge, the wind can gust up to 30 miles per hour, making it feel as though you're going to be swept right off the side of the bridge. This bridge can be so scary that there have been drivers who have stopped on their way across, trying to turn around to get off the bridge. To keep that from happening, the Mackinac Bridge Authority has hired expert drivers who are willing to drive across the bridge for those who are too scared to do so themselves. Best of all, they do it free of charge. Considering that this is a service that drivers use frequently, it goes to show you just how scary and dangerous this bridge really is. Number 7. Puente de Jahuela, Mexico. This bridge is located in an old mining settlement in a ghost town in the northern state of Durango, Mexico. It's one of the scariest and most dangerous hanging bridges in the world. It's located 360 feet above sea level, and to cross, you would need to walk about 1,043 feet. The bridge itself is only 2 feet wide, and it's made of wood. People who have walked across this bridge state that the wooden bottom and the spaces in between each piece of wood is enough to make you think twice about crossing. The bridge's steel cables are suspended with the help of 2 towers. When German engineers first built the bridge, the towers were made of wood. Years later, the towers were rebuilt with metal, making the bridge a bit more stable, but no less scary. Number 8. William Preston Lane Bridge, Maryland. This bridge is located in Maryland, and it is one of the scariest bridges in the world, especially during inclement weather. It's 186 feet above the surface of the water, and you would need to drive 5 miles to get across. There are many drivers who are hesitant to cross the bridge. There are even some who refuse to cross at all. When the weather is bad, the visibility is 0 when you're trying to cross the bridge. On more than one occasion, accidents have happened on this bridge because of panicked drivers stopping dead in the middle of the bridge, refusing to cross. Most people don't like the idea of crossing a bridge when they can't see 2 feet in front of them. Number 9. Hussaini Hanging Bridge, Pakistan. This bridge is considered one of the most beautiful in Pakistan. It's located in Hussaini in northern Pakistan, crossing the Hunza River. Over the years, the bridge has fallen apart. Today, it is destroyed, in fact, in several places, and you need to watch every step you take to keep from falling right through. It needs serious repair, and many believe that it needs to be rebuilt to prevent someone crossing from falling into the rapidly flowing river below. Since it is one of the only ways for the locals to get where they need to go, people do still attempt to cross it. Unfortunately, it's only a matter of time before the bridge degrades to the point that it completely fails and falls into the river. Due to its condition and the running river below, it's considered to be one of the most dangerous bridges in the world. Number 10. Sidu River Bridge, China. When it comes to scary bridges, you won't find one scarier than this one. If you have a fear of heights, you don't want to cross this bridge. It's located about 1,550 feet above the ground. If you're brave enough to make it halfway across the bridge, you might change your mind when you look down. The bridge opened in 2009. At that time, it was the world's highest bridge. Since then, another bridge has taken the title. However, it doesn't make crossing this bridge any less scary. Number 11. 7 Mile Bridge, Florida. The 7 Mile Bridge is located in Florida, and it's one of the scariest and most dangerous bridges in the world. The bridge is about 65 feet above the ocean, but it's 7 miles long. If the height and the length aren't enough to scare you, the winds certainly will. During stormy weather and hurricanes, the ocean is known to overtake the bridge. If you attempt to cross during bad weather, you could end up being swept into the ocean, never to be heard from again. If you do need to take the trip across the bridge, you need to check the weather report first. Number 12. U Pain Bridge, Myanmar. This bridge is considered to be one of the most dangerous in the world because it doesn't have any handrails. Instead, there are over 1,000 wooden posts that are between 4 and 5 feet apart. If you're brave enough to cross the bridge, you need to take extra special care. It's about 3/4 miles long and it's 15 feet above the water. If you're crossing the bridge when the ocean is rough, you can be swept into the ocean, and there's no railing to keep you from going over. Most people aren't willing to take the risk of crossing the bridge, and they choose to take an alternate route. Number 13. Deception Pass Bridge, Washington. This bridge is located in Deception Pass State Park in Washington. It's located 180 feet above the surface of the water. If you want to cross the bridge, you need to be prepared to walk 1,486 feet. What makes this bridge so scary and so dangerous is views of the rushing water directly below the bridge. On a foggy day, it's almost impossible to see your hand in front of you, let alone the sides of the bridge and the cars in front of you. Number 14. Kunhar River Bridge. This bridge hangs over the Kunhar River in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It's suspended hundreds of feet above the water, and it is far from being sturdy. For some, it is the only way to get across the river, therefore they need to take the risk. Judging by the vehicle crossing the bridge in this photo, you can see that stability is not this bridge's strong suit, making it one of the most dangerous bridges in the world. Subscribe for more.